Hey everyone, this is James. I will have your Big Brother recap later this evening, following the live broadcast a little later on. But before we get there, I want to address something that I found to be very disturbing that I heard about fairly recently. Now, some of you may have heard that Jimmy Kimmel's talk show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, has been indefinitely pulled from the broadcast networks of ABC because of some controversial comments that Kimmel made due regarding the suspect in the murder of Charlie Kirk. Now, I will say this. While some people may think that decision to postpone the show indefinitely was extreme, and I understand why they feel that way, I also can see it from the other side, and I'll tell you why. As television and broadcast hosts, we have a job to fulfill. That job is to be entertaining, informative, and in some cases provide an escape from the craziness that is day-to-day life. But there are a few things that I personally prefer not to see and hear, especially in a comedy monologue. Now, personally, I think politic talk should be reserved for the news shows because those give you the facts from both sides. If a comedian makes a joke about something, that's one thing. But to make light of a negative situation like what happened to Charlie Kirk last week, that's crossing the line. And to poke fun at the suspect is even worse. Because then you're making people think one way, and they're only seeing things from one side. So here's the deal. My advice going forward, if you're going to open your show with an ad-lib monologue, leave politics out of it. Because, yes, we do have freedom of speech according to the First Amendment. But in today's society, you need to be very careful what you say, especially on television or online. That's why I choose my words very carefully. And you will personally not hear me say anything one way or the other as it relates to my personal preferences. Because I am open-minded and I try to see things from both sides according to what everybody thinks. And then make my own decision in the moment. I'm not talking about my personal preferences. So, with that said, I do wish Jimmy Kimmel the best, but my advice, Mr. Kimmel, if you get a chance to go back on television, you should apologize and then leave the politics out. Because the same thing that happened to Stephen Colbert could happen to you if you're not careful. With that said, I'll see you all later tonight for the Big Brother recap. And remember, love one another.